Welcome back to another episode of Getting Up Raw, where if you're new to this channel, it is a segment that I do on a weekly basis where we talk about particular cultural, political, social, or global topics, and on occasion, conspiratorial topics, like today. Today we are getting up raw with WAYFAIRGATE. Please like this video if you like it so far, and subscribe to my channel for more of this type of content. So let's dive into it because this is so delicious. WAYFAIRGATE. Okay, WayFairGate has its immediate origins in a subreddit group called Conspiracy Theories, right? Where else would shit like this be born in? Aside from 4chan. Actually, 4chan does have some sort of involvement in this, but we'll get to that. Patience, my child. So, WayFairGate essentially is the theory that Wayfair.com, the infamous furniture store, online store, or retailer, is child trafficking through means of their cabinetry. What do I mean to say here? They're disguising their furniture in order to hide the fact that they're selling children in some sort of black market deep state operation. I don't know where I got deep face from, but let's talk about deeper origins, because the reason why this story is being perpetuated so heavily is because of its similarities to the 2017 conspiracy theory of Pizzagate. Do we remember Pizzagate, right? Where Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama were secretly trafficking children by means of a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. Okay? Actually, to be fair, I've had pizza in Washington, D.C., and it's the perfect secret operation because it was trash. No offense to anyone in Washington, D.C. I love Washington, D.C., but the pizza there was trash, and I had it on multiple occasions. So, I mean, if you're going to run a covert child trafficking operation, might as well do it in a place where you're not going to see a lot of business or a lot of faces. All right? I'm just talking at this point, but I'm sorry, literally. I'm from New York. It's really hard to please me when it comes to pizza. But again, the far-right conspiracy theory of QAnon, okay? QAnon are the people that really perpetuated the whole Pizzagate, and they're the ones that really are perpetuating the whole WayFairGate movement. So QAnon, if you're not familiar, has its origins in 4chan, in an image board created by an anonymous person named Q. Q eventually became a bunch of people who began perpetuating more conspiracies about the deep state. Now, the deep state is this secret group of people that control the global economy, and I guess in this case, the United States. And apparently, they get their means of money through trafficking children. Okay? Now, they go as far as to say that Donald Trump and his cabinet of superheroes were elected to actually stop the deep state. And a lot of left-wingers and Democrats are sort of fighting against that. So that's QAnon, right? Q because of the Q person, and Anon from anonymous. So these are the people that are really propagating this type of information and propagating these types of conspiracy theories. Because from those forums, they go on to Twitter, and then TikTok grabs them. And we know Gen Z loves to spread shit, right? They love to perpetuate this type of information. We've been locked up for 3.5 months, right, in our homes. And in some places, you opened up and now you're going back. Right? So we want to occupy our brains with something other than social injustice and the coronavirus, because it makes the world a lot more interesting to think that there are places or groups of people that exist that control the United States government, that are running covert black market human trafficking operations. It just makes it seem more like a movie, right? Like we're in Taken. Okay, and we're all Liam Neeson, and we're all going to find out who this person is, who's the perpetrator. We're going to find them, and we're going to kill them, right? Look, no, you're not, okay? And I'm glad that my friends approached me with this story, because on face value, it is interesting, right? Because it does seem suspicious. Why is Wayfair selling $10,000, $14,000 cabinets that are just cabinets? Turns out they're not just cabinets, okay? So the cabinets were priced between $12,699 and $14,499. That's expensive for cabinetry, okay? And the names of these cabinets were the names of missing children: Yaritza, Olivia, and Samaya. I don't know if there were more, but those were the main ones that really took this story forward, okay? So they were the proponents of the theory that really sent it flying. So needless to say, Wayfair did respond to this. And they, in quote, said, "There is, of course, no truth to these claims. The products in question are industrial-grade cabinets that are accurately priced." Okay. Recognizing that the photos and descriptions provided by the supplier did not adequately explain the high price point, we temporarily removed the products from site to rename them and provide a more in-depth description and photos that accurately depict the product to clarify the price point. That is from Wayfair. Now, of course, they would say that, right? Because the conspiracy theorists, they got it drilled in their heads that the deep state is really behind all this shit. So why would they say otherwise? Of course, listen, we need more corroboration here. We need something more of substance to really debunk this. Aside from the fact that this has been debunked so many times throughout the week, we need something more tangible, right? So here we go. Another spokesperson for Wayfair told Reuters that it uses an algorithm to name its products, right? So now let's tackle the whole problem with why are your cabinets... Okay, so now we know that the cabinets are expensive because they're industrial grade. Okay, fair. But why are they named after supposed missing children? So the spokesperson told Reuters that the algorithm uses first names, geographic locations, and common words to derive the name of the cabinet. Okay, still strange and coincidental, right? And if you're a fan of The Matrix, you know that there's no such thing as coincidence, only inevitability, all right? And The Matrix is one of my favorite movies, and it's really unfortunate that they're using a lot of the philosophical leanings and teachings of the movies and tying it to far-right conspiracy theorist movement shit. Okay, like swallow the red pill. So a lot of people are saying, listen, there's no such thing as coincidence. This is all a conspiracy, and we're all under the deep state, and they're stealing our children. And no, okay. So Snopes, right? That's my favorite website, Snopes. Snopes actually found that many of the children cited in the conspiracy theory are actually not missing at all, right? One child, as a matter of fact, Olivia Navarro, was never missing. She was an autistic 3-year-old girl that accidentally drowned in a pool back in 2013. So really sad, but that debunks that name. Samaya Mummin, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing her name, actually went on Facebook Live to debunk the theory herself. Okay? She saw this information being propagated and perpetuated. I love those words. I realize I use them a lot. And she actually took offense to the whole situation and saw it as like chastising, because it kind of is, right? Whoever started this sort of shit is kind of in a way really shitting on the severity of children who are missing and just trying to come up with this fictional fairy tale to make our situation on Earth over the past 4 to 5 months just more interesting. Which, if you find the situation we're in boring, then I don't know what to tell you, because 2020 has been anything but that. I mean, aside from the fact that we were inside or indoors for most of it, I get it. But look, here's the cherry on top. And a friend of mine actually reached out this morning to specifically make sure that I mention this. Ellen DeGeneres. So Ellen DeGeneres has a successful line on Wayfair.com. So it's no surprise that she was dragged into this whole shit, because someone replied to an Ellen DeGeneres tweet with a photo of a pillow on Wayfair from the Ellen DeGeneres line. It's a supposed screenshot of the pillow that cost $10,098. Okay, that's an expensive ass pillow. But if you do a quick search on the product on Wayfair, you do get the pillow, but it comes up for $99. As a matter of fact, I think at the time of recording, it's on sale for $99. So was it $10,098 beforehand? I doubt it. But you know what? We can't really further corroborate this Twitter user's supposed screenshot, because that's the only one in existence. So the Twitter user goes by the name of Colleen Ruiz, and she's the one that attached the photo on Twitter. And she's the one that says the pillow cost $10,098. You know, you do a search, cost $99. Who the hell knows? Okay, I highly doubt Ellen DeGeneres is wrapped up in the deep state. Okay, something tells me that if they're trying to stay as covert as possible, you're not gonna rack up one of the most famous talk show comedians on daytime television. Okay, get Seth Meyers for something like that. And I'm not talking smack about Seth Meyers. I like Seth Meyers. But, you know, get someone who's going to be like, you know, I don't know, at least late night TV. Look, regardless, that's all I have for this whole thing, you know. If you were hoping for something different, if you were hoping for me to perpetuate this story a little further and kind of leave you on a cliffhanger with, you know, is this really happening? Where are these kids? Look, that's all I got, because that's all there is. It is what it is. Sometimes the story doesn't have to be that complicated. Conspiracy theories are faulty sometimes. This one's faulty as hell. Okay? Faulty as hell. The same thing as Pizzagate back in 2017. I guess what I'm trying to say here is let's occupy our brains with things that really matter. The social injustices that are going on in the world today, in our country specifically, let's try to tackle those. Start to think more productively, and try to really move ourselves forward as a nation, and start thinking forward, because we have to take the coronavirus seriously, and we have to take social injustices seriously. So that's what I got, people. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you do. Don't hit the dislike button, just leave. I'm kidding. You can hit dislike if you want. It doesn't matter. But also, don't forget to subscribe, okay? I appreciate your viewership, and I wish you peace and nothing but love.